If you know just one thing about hockey, it's probably that they fight, and today we're breaking down the history of fighting in the NHL. This chart goes back to 1970, where the x-axis is the year and the y-axis is the average number of fights per NHL game during the regular season. For nearly 2 decades, fighting became more and more common each year, peaking in 1987, shown here with blue bars, at just over 1 fight per game. At that point, if you bought a ticket to an NHL game, it was more likely than not that you would see a fight. It was not a side effect of the sport, but rather baked into the price of admission. Now, that high rate of fighting existed because there was almost no downside. 2 players would fight, sit out for 5 minutes each, and return to the game, where neither team would gain an advantage. As fighting became more common, though, the league started to step in with rule changes. The first came in 1977, when any third player who joined a fight was automatically ejected. Not much changed, and in the late 80s, the league went further, adding automatic suspensions for bench-clearing brawls. And then in 1992 came the real turning point with the instigator rule. This rule punished the player who actually started the fight, shown here in red, with an extra penalty, giving the other team an extra man for 2 minutes and forcing that player to sit out for 10 minutes. Fighting now carried a real cost to the team, and you can see that effect immediately on this chart, where after the instigator rule was introduced, fights per game began falling dramatically. Today here on the right, the NHL averages just under 1 fight every 4 games, and that shift is even more evident in the playoffs, with these black lines here. In the postseason, giving the other team a power play or losing a player for 10 minutes is simply too risky when the season is on the line, and you can see that here as it drops almost to 0. Now, not everyone got the memo that fighting was disappearing though, and this section below shows the careers of the 5 players with the most fights in NHL history. Ty Domi, Craig Berube, Chris Nyland, Dave Williams, and Rob Ray. The lines show the lengths of their career on the same timeline, and what's remarkable is that players like Domi, Berube, and Ray built their careers while fighting was already declining in this era, each of them still racking up more than 250 fights each. To put it into context, if we look at Ty Domi, he played over 1,100 total games, and that works out to roughly 1 fight in every 5. It's like going to a 9-to-5 job for 16 years, but every Tuesday you get punched in the face by Steve from marketing. It's a very different era of hockey today, and you could argue the game is better than it's ever been. Just don't expect to see teeth flying every time you head to the rink. Follow for more sports data visualizations.